Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome in. I've got a little haul for you today. I got some stuff on Amazon and thought I would share with y'all. So we'll just get into it. First thing I got was 2 sets of distressed ink. I love to use ink in my backgrounds. So I decided to get 2 of these. We will go ahead and open them. I refrained from opening these because every time I get a package on Amazon, I'm like a little kid at Christmas time. Maybe I should have opened these. I'm having a little issue. These are really in there. Way to go, Ranger. They package their stuff really well. Sorry if it's loud. Let me get rid of, actually. I'm looking to see. I think this is, it says kit 7, because there's so many different ones of these. Let's see if I can get these open a little easier. Oh, I forgot to look. Kit 6, I think this one is. Dropping stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. In this kit, we got Rusty Hinge. Let me move the light a little bit. Maybe that'll be helpful. I don't know. Is it helpful? Is it worse? This one is Victorian Velvet. Really pretty. We're gonna play with this stuff at the end here. Broken China. Gathered Twigs. Let's open it and look. Ooh, you can tell that one's got some ink in it, which is a good thing. And these do all stack together. And then the second one is Wild Honey. Worn Lipstick. We have to open this and look. Oh my goodness. That is not the same. This is going to be interesting to see what this one looks like on paper. Old Paper. And Weathered Wood. Yes, we will play with these in a little while. Move that over there. Next thing we got was solid watercolor paint set and pigment. This looks just like the Artisto brand. Has some colored pencils. Or colored pencils. I'm pretty sure they have colored pencils. They have watercolor set, and it looks just exactly like this. But this is in a tin. And that's what the back looks like. I know there's a glare, but and then it's hinged, so the top stays on it. And this is their little swatch sheet, which it looks like it's got color numbers anyway. And then it came with high quality watercolor paper. I can tell you that I don't know anything about watercolor paper, so I would not know if this is high quality or not. But there are 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets. And it feels kind of grainy. Is it supposed to feel out like that? It's fairly thick, but not overly thick, not cardstock thick. We're gonna do something different with these. That's gonna be used at a later date for something. But that is the paper that it came with. And then let's see, here's all the colors. Let me move that out of the way. Here's all the colors. I like using watercolor, and like all the watercolor I have is metallic and like shimmery. And while I love shimmery and metallic stuff, sometimes you want something a little matte, you know? Sometimes you just don't need the shimmer. So these are pretty small pans. Well, this will be a good comparison. It came with a pencil sharpener. And everybody knows what size these are. So I'll set that next to those so you can kind of gauge how big the pans are. But the way I use watercolors, they last a long time. I can't tell how deep this is. None of them want to come out, which is great, I guess. But there are, how many colors are there? 24, 48. 48 colors. And it came with the pencil sharpener. Came with a nice water brush. I'm very excited to have this. I don't have one like this, but I love water brushes. And then that's what the brush looks like. Very pointy. I like that. And it came with another paintbrush, and this is a great size also, and it's kind of pointy too. It's kind of stiff because, you know, it's got that stuff on it to keep it together until you use it. And then it came with a 2B pencil, unsharpened, hence the pencil sharpener, I guess. But this will be wonderful to keep my actual pencil sharpener going. So I always invite these. And these are just little sponges. And we will be playing around with this too after we get through this haul. But they don't feel chalky or anything, so I hope they work well. But that is, what is the brand name? I'm not even gonna try it. I think this is the brand. 48 color solid watercolor paint set and pigment. And anything, if you're interested in anything that I show, let me know and I'll give you the link to it. But I'm gonna set those over to the side. And we may as well look at this. I got another Christine Caron book, Wondrous Folk. I couldn't help myself. I got the other one, Wildflower Folk, and I love coloring her stuff. So that's what the front looks like. And there's some of the pictures. And I did finish one. Did I finish one already? I did. Sneak peek of my finished pages for September 2025. But it's really fun coloring this. If you want a flip through of this, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to do one because it doesn't seem like people are into flip throughs. Nobody wants to watch the video. But if anybody comments and wants me to do a flip through, I'll do it. So that is Wondrous Folk by Christine Caron. And let me know if you want to flip through. Do you want me to talk through the flip through, or do you want it just with some music behind it and you don't want to hear me chatter about it? Either way is fine with me. Next, we have Just a Lot. Glitter markers, fast drying, waterproof, sunproof. 16 glitter colors. That's the swatch on the back, and this is raised, so it's kind of cool. And these, you have to prime them when you use them. So most of them I already did, so we wouldn't be wasting a bunch of time with me just pumping markers. But that's what the nib looks like. There's no color on them, but I will swatch these. But that's what it looks like after it's primed. And then these down here, I did not prime this one yet. This looks really cool though. You can see all the liquid in here. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is what it looks like before you prime it. And it's got the little mixing BBs or whatever they put in there to mix that stuff around. So we'll play with these two. But that is the Just a Lot glitter markers. 16 of them. I love all this. I don't know that I'll keep this packaging because it's just a plastic, but I like the art that's on it. It's really cool. But we'll set that over there. And this is what started this haul. I was using some watercolor brush pens the other day, and I was really liking using them, and I want to be able to use them more. But the ones I have had for, my gosh, my daughter-in-law bought them for me for Christmas before she was my daughter-in-law. So it's been about 5 or 6 years. So I decided to get some new ones. And these are the Artistro watercolor brush pens. There's 100 of them in there. It's a brush tip. And let me turn it over. These are all the colors that are in here. And there's other stuff included in the pack. If you want to join the Artistro community, there's your QR code. I know you're all waiting to do that. But it looks like it's got a lot of colors with it. So sorry about the noise. Let me open these up and I will be right back. Okay. Again, here's the box with all the colors on it. Nice sturdy box. Do y'all keep your boxes? Do you put other things in them? Sometimes I will keep a box. If it's cute, I will keep it, and I will find some kind of art supply that will fit in it. Or I will get an art supply just for it. I don't know that I'm going to keep that box. We'll see if I need to store anything. But anyway, these markers come in this wonderful case. It's like a cloth case. It's really long. Sorry about juggling you around. And it also has a handle here. There's the back of it. And it's got one big zipper there. Let me unzip it. Oh, and it's got their brand name here. This is kind of like, it's sewn on, and it's feels like rubber. open it up. I just slightly looked at these while I was working, so. You've got this nice pocket. Let me move some things out of the way. You've got this nice pocket to put all your goodies in. And we have more watercolor paper, 10 sheets. But let me do this on camera because I'm pretty sure. See, I counted this earlier. This is what this paper looks like. And this one feels thicker than the other paper that I just showed you. And I can tell on one side it's like toothy, and then this side's kind of slick. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, I got 12 pieces instead of 10 pieces of this watercolor paper, which is great because, again, I have a project for this watercolor paper and the other that we got with the watercolor paint. Okay, that doesn't want to go back, but it's okay. And then they give you a little card of different things that you can buy. Scan the code for products, special price offers, and a user guide. There you go. Merry Christmas. These are the instructions of how to use the watercolor brushes. Some techniques, that's nice. And then there is a color palette here. And this is on that same kind of paper that's in this. So it looks like they've got numbers and a name, which is wonderful. And I will probably use this, but I will cut it in two so it will fit in my swatch book. But that all fits nice and neat down in here. And I want to show you these are the water brush pens that my daughter-in-law got for me years ago. That is the name of them. And I tried to do some kind of organization with them. This is actually athletic tape that I put on there and numbered them. That's the one thing that I don't like about using these is it's difficult because the way that I've got them stored, it's just kind of difficult to know because they don't always match the end color, you know. They don't always match. But we'll see how this is. And another thing I got with this is another water brush pen. And this is what this one looks like. Not quite as pointy, maybe. I guess it goes to a point. Long bristles. But you can never have too many water brush pens. You can use them for everything. This is what these look like. Let me see if I can get one out. We've got the color number there and the color name, Mulberry. Let's look. Pretty. Since this is the last thing, let me grab some paper and we'll scribble around and see how these things work. One moment. Okie dokie. I'm just going to use a little sketchbook. I've done some swatches in here before. Let's look. This one is 98A Dark Sandstone. Let's see, does this fit on the top? Oh, it does, nice. The other ones that I have, I'm just gonna keep comparing. These are the only kind of thing I have like this. These don't go on the top. So if you're like me, you're really good at losing lids. Another thing that I wasn't crazy about these for, but this is dark sandstone, 98A. Let's just write 98. Cool. Pretty, pretty. Let's see if it bled through. Yes. Yes, sir, it did. These are water-based. And that's another reason I wanted them, because I want to be able to use these in my Johanna Basford books. And clearly the paper in this is not great paper. The paper in her books are much better than this, so hopefully it doesn't bleed through. This is Cupcake Pink, 641A. Pink. Now let's look, because I have a lot more pigment here. Yeah, it's still, it shadows through there, but if you saturate it too much, it probably is going to bleed through. I'm not going to sit and do every one of these like this. I am going to do a proper swatch of these redwood, but I need to get them in an order because I don't like the color order that they're in at all. So I need to organize them. They seem to work pretty well. They seem to be nice and juicy, just like you want a marker to be. Yeah, I think I like these. We'll do more stuff with these for sure, but let me show you all the colors. I didn't even show you that. Sorry. There's the first row of them. Then here is another row, and then you lift it up and we've got 2 more rows. I'm just knocking stuff off my desk, don't worry. We've got, there's another watercolor pen down here. I did not even know this one was down here. I know y'all can't even see. It was hiding down here. I didn't even know this one was down there. Oh, that one's got a totally different end on it. Cool, I guess, right? I don't think I've ever used a watercolor brush pen or a water brush pen that's got a really flat edge on it like that. That's for those fancy people that know how to paint. I'm not one of them. But there's also a fine liner that came with it. And that is really, really, really small. Let's get this back over here. It writes pretty good. I need like 11 more of these, because that is really, really tiny. And I like writing with stuff like this, and like my planner, I like to use fine liners for that. So yeah, with this you get 2 water brush pens, 100 brush markers, a fine liner, 10 pieces of watercolor paper, and a swatch sheet. And it all comes in this really cool case. And I believe that this was around $20. I would say, so far, I think that it was worth it. Just the little bit I've played around with it. We will see as I use them. Let's play with these, the distressed inks. Take them apart. I'm gonna get them all over myself. I should not have snapped them together. Okay, let's play with these. Let's see what they do. We want the lighter ones first. And I use these kind of brushes for my my ink. Is it dirty? There's a little bit of green on it. Can you see it? Oh, I'm jiggling you around. There is a little bit of green on that, but let's hope it doesn't make a big difference. This is the old paper. Oh, I like it. I've got one set of these. And it's similar to that color. And we've got Wild Honey. Oh, that one's really dark. Pretty. I love it. Look at all the sunsets that I can do. Awesome. And then we've got, I'm going to try to stick in the same color range here. Just for the brushes here. Let me actually try to wipe this off a little bit. I've just got a kitchen sponge. I buy these at the Dollar Tree just for this reason. This one is Rusty Hinge. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. I love this. I hope you can see. So we did these three. I'm never going to remember what set they were in ever again without looking back at the video. And they're all going to get put away together, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. This looks lighter. Victorian Velvet. Oh, that looks pretty. Very pretty. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really pretty too. I love the color palette of Tim Holtz stuff. I know this looks like a mess, but you know, we're just playing. But I like the color palette of his stuff. We're gonna look at Worn Lipstick. This looked pretty crazy. Yeah, that is some Marilyn Monroe red right there. They seem pretty juicy, which is good. Let's put that by the pink. Okay, it's not as loud as what you might think it is. You can make it loud. But I like it. I'm sorry, I know I'm jiggling you around. Hold on. Hold on, kids. We're swatching ink. This one is Weathered Wood. Oh, that looks really pretty too. I'm going to say that every time. Oh, wow. That's a very unique color. Very unique. I will hold this up for you to look at a little bit closer here in one moment. It's almost like a stormy blue, you know? Like, imagine it's getting ready to storm and the sky starts getting dark. That's what this looks like. That's just from my brush being dirty. Let's see, we'll do the blue one. Broken China. Now look at that one. Nice, 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 nice. I get the name. I think everybody's grandma probably had some china that had this color on it. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just cleaning my brush off over here. And this one is Gathered Twigs. The names that they come up with too is pretty good. Oh, that's a good brown. That's a very good brown. Look at this lovely piece of art that we've made. That is what they look like. I knew I would like these. I don't know why. Every time I look at them, I'll put them in my cart and then I decide not to get them. But this time, I got 2 sets. So I am glad that I did that. What else? We have the glitter markers that we can play with. Let's turn the page. Let me show you. We'll do the black one first. It's got silver writing on it, so I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to tell what you can see in the camera. There, you might be able to see that. But like no number. This is a 0.7 millimeter nib. But let me give it a little shake, shake, shake over here for a second. And then if you've never had, let's see, why do the lids not fit? I mean, it'll go on there, but it'll fall off. I don't know why people or companies don't make their lids fit right. But if you ever get pins like this and that's what your nib looks like, shake it up and you just give it a little pump. And you keep doing that until you see the ink start coming down. As you can see now, there's more. And look at the nib. And you do have to prime them quite a bit. But there we go. Now you can see that the whole nib is now covered. And this one is black. You can write on it pretty, or write with them pretty well. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see the, I don't know that I would call them glitter. I would call them more metallic, but you know, it's shiny, so I like it. You can see through it on that. Yeah, I'll have to do some testing on the test pages to see what I can color in with these things. But let's try this one, because this one looks like that it could just be really, really cool. We'll shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your markers. Okay, that's what it looks like right now. It's almost there. It wants to be there so bad. There we go. And that'll happen sometimes. You'll get a little blob. But this one clearly is, oh my goodness, it's everything. Look at all the stars. Every star that I color. Oh, this is lovely. I love that. Yes. Yeah, I've already answered my own question. I am not keeping them in this thing. It is a pain in the ass. Okay, let's see. What other color did I think was really cool? This one. So you can, I don't know if you can see the liquid moving in there or not. But it's kind of neat. I already primed this one. These, I wanted these for flowers and for crystals, because I'm terrible at coloring crystals and gems. And I'm just going to make it sparkly, y'all. You know what I mean? Very cool. Love these, love these. Maybe I'll do a video coloring just with these. Let's look at something bright. I didn't get anything bright. That's not bright, but still, it's pink. See if you can see the liquid in that. You can really see the silver on that one. That is a beautiful, beautiful pink. Right? So that is the Just a Lot glitter markers, 16 of them. I don't remember how much they were. They were under $10, I'm pretty sure. And then we have one more thing to play with over here. My God, I just keep knocking the crap out of you guys, shaking you. This is an abusive video. Not really, YouTube, it's not. Let's play with these. Like I said, I'm going to use that watercolor paper for something else. So, shall we try the new brush? Let me go put some water in this and get a little bit more water, and I'll be right back, and we'll play with these. Okay, we've got our water brush filled. No leaks. That's a good thing. And I just got this yellow sponge wet so we can do this. We're actually gonna push a little bit of water out of there. What do we want to try first? I want to look at this color. Now, I'm not the greatest with paint, but I can scribble with the best of them, so. Pretty, right? We'll see how this dries. Let's try this pink over here. Also gonna test how well we can clean the brush. Now that's some color right there. That's really pretty. Keep in mind, this is not watercolor paper that I'm using here, and I don't intend to use it on watercolor paper. You know I'm gonna use it in a coloring book. And if it warps my pages, that's okay with me. It just adds character. So far, so good with that. Let's see. This is an interesting color. Is it tan? Is it yellow? Actually, it's kind of like a sunflower yellow now that it's wet. Look how far down I can carry the color. That's pretty good, right? I'm definitely going to leave this in the plastic. Let's see, what other color? Oh, how about this one? This one's different. I'm looking over at the swatch, but it doesn't give me a name. I like it. I can carry the color pretty far. And we'll see what that looks like when it dries. Let's do something bright, like this is a very bright orange right here. Let's try that one. I like to use watercolor with very little water. I just want the pigment, you know? It's not as bright as I thought it would be, but I'm not mad at it. Layered on top of each other. Cool, right? Yeah, I quite like the case that it's in. Everything stays right there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, this water brush is wonderful. I didn't bring any water for this, but we'll get all the dust out of there. Let's see if we can pick up enough water from the sponge. And we'll use this purple. Well, that wasn't a very good demonstration, was it? Maybe I just don't have enough water. Yeah, I feel like the paint is soaking up the water, if that makes any sense. I won't be using this for watercolor. I'll use it for something else though, because I do like the size of it. And it came clean, pretty clean. Nice. And this, I paid $4.90 for this. I would say it was worth every penny of that. These are dry. They're not chalky. Yes, I'm so excited. You know how you can get the really cheap watercolor pans at like the Dollar Tree or like Walmart or something for kids, and they feel like chalk even after they're dry? That's what I've always been afraid of, getting watercolors for that reason. These are not like that. Look, it's not coming off on me. Yes. That's awesome. And it dried really fast. there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, watercolor paint. Very awesome. I will be using this stuff for sure in the future. Let me put that over there. We don't want to mess any of this up. I'm sure that you will see this stuff around the channel, creating some awesome pages. If you stuck around this far, thank you very much for watching the whole video. And I hope that you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world when you're listening to this. And until next time, y'all, bye.